Welcome everyone to the annual gala, and I will hand off to our MC, Ms. Pedro Pizzolo.
Okay. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for coming. I promise you this is going to be short and sweet, very sweet. So for anybody who doesn't know me, I'm Faith Hope Consolo. I'm not sure what place I'm in. I'm a director of NYCREW, I'm a director, national director of CREW, and we're all here tonight. So I want to thank everybody for coming. What I thought we would do is a little something different. We used to give out a lot of Vanguard Awards, and we changed that this year, and we created a new award a year ago called the Empire Award, which I've done before for NYCREW, so it kind of looks like the Founders Award. But that was 20 years ago. This is now. We're still doing that. And also, we thought that we would give you a little snapshot of the history of NYCREW, along with some history of CREW. And I'm very fortunate because even as long as I've been in the organization, the next two speakers, not only we have the founder of NYCREW here, Dottie Cunningham, who's going to speak next, and I asked her, I said, Dottie, could you give me a little history? And after she sent me 1 page in 30 years, I said, oh, I'm not doing that. I'm going to let her tell her story herself. Yes? You have to sell yourself, and you remember how to do that.
I was glad you were going to do it for me.
I can't do everything for everybody. You know, I have a day job, too. And then she's going to be followed by Barbara Champeau, who's a past president. And I'd like to say we're very fortunate tonight. We have a couple of past presidents of NYCREW. We have my very dear friend Karen Dome. Hi. We have Shari Linnick. Where is she? Is she gone? You hiding? She thinks. Yeah, well, okay. What else is new? Did I miss anybody? We have our current president, Laura Walker, okay? We have our president-elect, okay, Christine Chippenoy. Okay, so I think what would be good is if I ask Dottie to come up here and tell you the NYCREW and a little bit of the CREW story, a little history. Dottie Cunningham. Yay!
Faith was going to do that part about my whole thing with CREW because I kind of felt funny talking about it myself because it's like it's all about me, you know. It's not really all about me. But my story does kind of tell the story of CREW because I've been involved in CREW for over 30 years. I started out first as a member of the Washington chapter, which is about 35 years old, I think. And then I became the founding president of the Baltimore chapter. Then I was a member of CREW Connecticut when I moved to Hartford to work for Cigna. Then I did a short stint with CREW New Jersey before we formed NYCREW Network. And nationally, I have to read what I did, I don't remember. It's also long ago. I was on the original steering committee for the formation of CREW. First we had NYCREW that formed in about 1988. And then in 1989, guess what we did? We did a merger. The East Coast chapters and the West Coast chapters merged to form CREW National, which then later became CREW Network. Then I was the president of CREW Network in 1998, which was the 10th anniversary year of the organization. And that was a really great year for CREW, being the 10th anniversary. And we launched a really aggressive strategic plan that year, a 5-year plan, which of course we met in probably 3 years. Although I can't take credit for that, I was gone by then. I just put the plan, my board just put the plan out there. And we also that year formed the CREW Foundation, and I became the founding chair of the CREW Foundation. So a lot of you, I don't think, really realize that since it was all so long ago. I also had a strong commercial real estate career, besides being involved in CREW. I was a commercial real estate lender with a lot of the institutions, Prudential, Equitable Life, BF Saul Company in Washington, Cigna, and then I became the CEO of the Commercial Real Estate Finance Council, which is the trade association for the commercial real estate finance industry. And that's what brought me to New York. So let's see, now I I'm following my passion of traveling. I went on a round-the-world trip, which was kind of what got me started. Decided I'd been in commercial real estate 4 years, and it was time for me to do something different, so I started my own travel consulting company, and I love planning dream vacations for people wherever they want to go.
What's the name of that?
Love, Donning, and Travel. So, call me for your, I'll give you a card. Also, just as an aside, most of my clients are either crew members or related to crew members in some way. Business colleagues, sisters, brothers, mothers, aunts and uncles, all related to crew. So crew continues to be a big part of my life. So I, of course, would not have missed this last official event of NYCREW Network. They asked me to give a brief history of the organization, and I promise you, it's going to be probably more brief than the comments I had that Faith forced me to make about myself. When I moved to New York from Hartford, there was not a crew chapter in this city. And as you can tell from all I just told you about my crew background, crew was really important to me, and so I needed to be a member of crew. It's a big part of my life. So I quickly found out that there were other women who had relocated to New York, who had been in other crew chapters, who also missed crew. And one person in particular that I met was Marlon Pauly. I'm sure a lot of you know Marlon. And once she and I connected, things really happened fast. For those of you who know Marlon, you know what that means. You know, like, whoa, you know, we got off, we sent emails to everybody, and we had 25 people show up to volunteer to be a part of the steering committee to form the organization. And 5 months later, we fast-tracked our membership application to crew, since I hadn't in there, since I had just been the president. And within 5 months, we were approved as a member. Just about every person in the room who showed up that day helped put the organization together. So it was a real collaborative effort. So it's been great, although it has been tumultuous over time. For example, our launch of the organization was to take place September 12th, 2001. We had to postpone that launch after we all got on the phone on the afternoon of September 11th. And we had to postpone our meeting till November. Then we all had to face the 2008 financial crisis, which really threw us all for a loop, you know, including myself. I was still working at Commercial Real Estate Finance Council at that time. But then that's what crew is all about to me. It's about support. It's about survival. It's about inspiring each other. It's about doing business together while we continue to advance the careers of women in commercial real estate. And now we move into a new era with the merger of NYCREW Network and NYCREW into a single integrated organization. Having lived through the merger of the East Coast and West Coast chapters of CREW, I tip my hat to the boards of both organizations who worked together to make this happen. This will give us the opportunity to strengthen the presence and the branding of CREW Network in the New York area. And it will combine the influence of both NYCREW and NYCREW into one larger, more powerful organization, solidifying our joint commitment to the mission of CREW Network of advancing the careers of women in commercial real estate. So to all of you here who are NYCREW and NYCREW members, we now move forward as one, CREW New York. I got the stamp.
You got the, well, you know, that stamp can be peeled off at any time, you know that. But
Yes,
thank you.
I know that.
Thank you, darling. Here we go. I don't know, a little more history, moving forward. Okay, so now I want you to please welcome CREW Foundation champion Barbara Champeau. Two-time NYCREW NYCREW president, including our 5th anniversary year in 2006, which I served on Barbara's board. 4-time past president. I'm not sure how you make that math work, Barbara. And founding co-chair of our Community Outreach Committee. She also hosted CREW's first and only New York staged leadership conference in 2004. I give you Barbara Shampoo.
Everyone has a drink in their hand. I'll still try to keep it brief. Dottie's always a hard act to follow, but bear with me for just a few minutes if you would. Since attending NYCREW's first open meeting in 2001, which, as Dottie mentioned, had been delayed for some reason, it has remained one of my passions, and very occasionally I will admit a frustration. So I am especially delighted and proud to stand before you this evening to offer a few observations in honor of a truly unique organization comprised of very special members as we celebrate its accomplishments on this night. This evening is particularly poignant for me as we close this chapter of NYCREW and embrace the next, carrying with us a very rich legacy of thought leadership, community outreach, and collaboration, not competition. What a strange and wonderful trip it's been for me. As Dottie mentioned, we are CREW's oldest New York chapter. As she did mention, we were formed in 2001. And our mission and our vision has been to provide opportunities for women to achieve success in commercial real estate through power, influence, and opportunity. Power, that's a word women do not usually embrace, but we have, and we've done it well. As such, we've always been seriously committed to doing business together, and the organization has been geared towards supporting and encouraging that commitment, believing that the success of each woman is the success of all women. As such, our members have always served as wonderful resources to each other to create innovative ways of structuring deals, focusing on the bottom line and inspiring others to work together as a team, and are truly able and empowered not only to do business together, but to contribute to the success of each other. Indeed, just over 2 months ago at CREW's National Convention in Miami, NYCREW was recognized with a CREW Impact Award for member-to-member business for a deal 7 NYCREW members worked on, and for our historic achievements in effectively leveraging CREW Network. NYCREW has always sought to level the playing field for women through contributing to their professional development and business success. This includes anyone and everyone who understands and appreciates the value that our members bring to the table. The boardroom, the drafting, bench, or any lease. We had a number of thought leadership programs that I thought were visionary, were emerging, were cutting edge, and we just had some of the cities and the country's leading lights in so many areas of commercial real estate. I have a list here, but I think Faith will have a heart attack if I read some of the names. But I will say they include Marguerite Brogan, who was a managing director of Lehman Brothers, Alice Connell, who was a managing director of NYCREW, Mary Frankel from Moody's Investors, Mary Ellen Martin, CEO of Forest City Ratner, Patricia Lancaster, Commissioner, Department of Buildings, Laura Listwood, who is the Secretary General of the Council of Women World Leaders and a Senior Advisor to Goldman Sachs, Christina Minardi, Regional President, Whole Foods, and on Muriel Siebert, Chief Executive Office of Muriel Siebert and Company. And although there's many, many more, including Lois Weiss from the New York Post, I must mention Dennis Yeski because he's been a true friend tonight for I think 10 years now.
Yes.
We also have featured a number of our own NYCREW members as speakers, believing that that's how one of the ways that we can contribute to their success is to give them a platform and a profile out there in the marketplace. They not only include, of course, Faith Hope and Solo and Dottie Cunningham, but Anne-Marie Vicola, who is here, Jennifer Stewart, Ella Foley, and so many others in this room. While our exceptional program, yay, everybody! While our exceptional programming provided the tools, skills, and opportunities to advance and succeed together, our shared passion for giving back to the community fed our souls. Together, we developed and implemented Dig This, a remarkable career education and mentoring partnership between NYCREW Network and Youth Empowerment Mission and Girls Quest at Super Programs, which NYCREW and both organizations participated in the National Crew Careers Building Opportunities Program. We were very fortunate to have numerous individual and corporate supporters of these efforts, including from many of you in this room, and including a fabulous partnership with Saks Fifth Avenue for 2 of the programs. We have steadfastly and generously, including in the other room tonight, also supported Crew Foundation through direct donations and a number of networking events designed to raise funds. Our watchwords have always been collaboration, not competition, and we have striven to cultivate and enjoy an inclusive and nurturing environment designed to foster trust and develop meaningful relationships together. We have been everywhere together: Boston, Vancouver, Dallas, Chicago, Miami, Boston, DC, and on and on. We've done almost everything together through the years. We've survived marriage, divorce, birth, death, a couple of drinks once in a while. We've been through a lot together. We have often laughed, we have occasionally cried, and we have learned from each other. We have done business together, and we've done it with integrity and support. So please, NYCREW members, supporters, friends, and guests, let's recall the good times we've had with joy and great pride, and consider the good times we will have with eager anticipation. Let's also bring our vision, values, and friendship to this new organization, preserving and growing our legacy through active participation and valuable contribution. While we continue to evolve and advance together, let's crash the glass ceiling together.